Welcome to DEMOCREPUBLIX, where we cover the real news that matter to we the people. Kanye effect. Black male approval of Trump doubles in 1 week. According to Breitbart News and a Reuters poll, approval for President Trump has doubled between April 22nd and April 29th from 11% to 22%. The Daily Caller, which first unearthed this metric, suggests caution, although that the week's music superstar Kanye West came out in support of Trump. The findings could also be a statistical noise in a poll that only talked to 200 black men. Trump's overall approval among black Americans also nearly doubled, with a jump from 8.9% to 16.5%. Another interesting metric was on the issue of mixed feelings. Opinions on Trump among black males were hardened on the 22nd, when only 1.5% said they have mixed feelings on the president. A week later, that number jumped to 7.1%, which could suggest Kanye West's goal of unlocking the mind to see outside the left's thought plantation is reaching people. Overall, these might seem like small shifts, 11% to 22% or 8.9% to 16.5%. This looks like it's still an awful low level of support. The truth, though, is that if these numbers are more than just statistical noise, if these truly is an increase of support for Trump among black voters, even an increase that is half of what we are seeing here, the real world effect could be monumental. Let's also go to what Fox News have to say about this Kanye effect.
We live in a really nightmare.
Bit here. The Reuters poll today. The president's support among black people.
Wait for it. No, wait. You got to slow it down. The president's support
among black people in just a week went from 8.9% to 16.5%.
What?
Among black men from 11% to 22%.
Okay, wait a second.
That's the Kanye effect.
This is the Kanye effect, doubling the support among black voters. Still women he has some trouble with, but still it's increasing. And the economy's doing great. Who knows what might be next? Yeah, but they have to destroy him. They have to try to destroy him.
And Kanye might be just promoting an album and a fashion line.
Well, if he's promoting,
you've got to leave that possibility.
Yeah, but he's really doing the long promote.
Well, he knows how to brand himself.
But you know what? I've never thought I would say this, but Kanye is now all about love. I love you, bro. I love you.
Love him or hate him, you have to admit Kanye West do have an effect on people. Right now, we're seeing it actually helping President Trump. But let's look at the other side. You got the liberal left. They're totally upset with Kanye West for speaking his mind and not actually understanding what exactly he meant by what he said. Kanye West has a point, but he just didn't articulate it correctly. But also, according to Breitbart News, a petition demands Adidas cut ties with Kanye West. A petition calling on the sports apparel brand Adidas to drop rap superstar Kanye West over comments he made about slavery has reached more than 4,500 signatures. Quote, when you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice, like you were there for 400 years and it's all of you all. Like, we're mentally imprisoned, West said in an interview with TMZ Tuesday. The comments sparked outrage from the likes of CNN, Don Lemon. You know, people on the left and the right can't stand Don Lemon. I don't even know why he's still on CNN, and the numbers of CNN is dreadful anyway. Nobody's really watching it. They got CNN on every single airport in the United States, and their numbers are still horrific. They can't touch MSNBC, which I don't really care for, but they can't touch MSNBC or Fox News. But back to the article. The likes of CNN, Don Lemon, and Black Lives Matter activist DeRay McKesson, which infuriated activists, even started a petition urging Adidas to cut all ties to West. Quote, while Kanye can live safely in his multi-million-dollar castle, the rest of black America is continually marginalized and subject to unjust laws and treatment. Some even died because of this behavior. It's so ingrained in our society. But my question is, who gives Black Lives Matter the authority to speak for black people? Like, you out here protesting Kanye West and stuff like that, but you don't talk about where y'all get y'all funds from, which is George Soros, who's a black Jew who actually locked up his own people, his own Jewish people. He was grabbing and throwing into concentration camps. These are the people that fund Black Lives Matter. So we are supposed to, y'all are supposed to be the foremost authority on black people. But anyway, back to the article. Quote, Kanye West has a right to free speech. He has a right to spout his lies and misinformation and misplaced opinions. But we, our consumers, have the right to fight back against the type of dangerous propaganda. What about your propaganda? What about your propaganda you talking about? But back to the article. That is why, quote, that is why Care 2 is asking Adidas to drop their partnership with Mr. West and tell the world they do not want anything to do with anyone who believes that millions of Africans choose to toil the fields in bondage for 400 years. And they took this quote totally out of context, because on the face of it, when I first read the quote myself, I was like, wow, I couldn't believe Kanye West would say something like this, until he actually went out and explained what he was saying, which I totally understand what he was saying. He basically is saying that because we are mentally enslaved, black people, 400 years of slavery, slavery basically didn't end because they released us. We are enslaved in the brain. We're enslaved mentally. Because we don't think outside of the box. We always got that that mentality, whereas we always blame others for our setbacks and stuff like that, instead of and we're on that same black plantation where we always got to vote for the Democrats, where in actuality the Democrats has never been for black people. They've never been for minorities. They were black Democrats. The Democratic Party were the ones that were actually fighting to keep slavery. The Democratic Party was the ones that was against the civil rights movement. The Democrats were the ones that that created the Ku Klux Klan to stop black people from voting. The Democratic Party were the ones that put together, that was behind Margaret Sanger to put abortion clinics in black neighborhoods to, quote, exterminate black weeds. When this is the Democratic Party that Black Lives Matters and people like that and other black people support and don't know anything about history. And Kanye West is trying to say, no, you are mentally enslaved. You don't know about this stuff that's going on, that actually the left, the Democratic Party is doing to you guys. Wake up is basically what he's saying. You're still enslaved. He don't know why we didn't come up out of this earlier, is basically what Kanye West was trying to say. And Black Lives Matters and the like is actually attacking him for it, and basically don't even know anything about history and know what he's actually talking about. Like I said, he might not be good at articulating it, but I understand exactly where he's coming from and what he's trying to say. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. Do you think Kanye West is right about the 400-year slave, or are you with the Democrats and the left? You believe that actually what he was trying to say doesn't make any sense, or you don't agree with it? Leave your comments below. Check out DEMOCREPUBLIX.com for the latest in news. Till next time.
We living on a real nightmare. We living on a real nightmare.